Good evening and welcome. My name's Rochelle Corbath. I'm the Magic Weaver, and I'd like to welcome everyone and thank you for joining this evening. You can hear a day of tipper tappering through the room here. Interesting week, interesting few weeks here as the planets are aligning. You may feel a bit out of sorts, so that's where we're going in regards to the energy this evening. So we're going to be bringing in some balance and allow these shifts to hopefully go a little smoother, bring some peace, being able to bring in the alchemy to assist us in changing that energy. Just a few things here. Tomorrow on via the website, you're able to hook in and sign up for. We have at 1 o'clock until 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Download and code activations, meditation. So same with the energy that's taking place here this evening. That will hop in. That energy will help you as well, bringing some balance. So that again is tomorrow from 1 till 2, download and code activation meditation. If you're not able to attend, you'd like to still be a part of that, what takes place is you would receive a link and you would receive the recorded session, so you can listen to it and go about it at your leisure. So never think that you have to be there for the actual event, because if you are not able to attend, then everyone receives a recorded session afterwards, 24 hours usually afterwards. So you're able to look at that at your leisure. So the 25th on Saturday, we have the interactive meditations. That one's fun. We all participate. Open through the Zoom, so if you'd like to have your camera on, you can. We all interact throughout the meditation. It's not your typical laying down type of meditation. It can be quite fun. We have a lot of fun on that one. On the 26th, there is light language channeling. So for those of you who are a little more advanced, or those of you who would like to see what the channeling and the light languages are all about, what takes place is messages are coming through Galactic Federation as well as Inner Earth, and we connect and you're able to receive messages. Some of those activations will just set within the body and you interpret your own meaning to the messages, and other times there is a translation that comes through. And then next Wednesday on the 29th, there will not be a live because I will be at the Raven and we are doing the tea leaf reading. So there are no tickets for this when the 29th coming up, but for February, tickets are on sale now at the Raven for $20 a piece. It's tea leaf reading and learning, as well as some tea sniffing with Shuswap infusion teas. So we're looking forward to that. The response has been just wonderful. So I'm hoping more of you are able to join us in February here. Those of you who weren't able to get any tickets here for the one on the 29th, February 9th, and that's a Sunday. It'll be afternoon 3 till 5, I do believe is the time. I'll be able to clarify that. I'm just going by my memory right now. So those are the things that are up and coming. Just as everyone's coming in, starting to join, I can feel the energy starting to come in now. So this evening, as I was saying, as these planets are aligning, oh my gosh, lots of activity, lots of things going on. Hello, beautiful people. Hi, Natalie. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Michelle. Yeah, lots of fun things coming up. Been able to enjoy. So as I was saying, some people maybe with this planets aligning, a lot of mood swings, a lot of people I noticed this flu and cold season, as they call it, is affecting a lot of people. Not feeling well, perhaps moody, up and down with what's going on with the moods. So that we'll bring some balance here to that energy, bringing some calmness, bringing the alchemy, shifting. So emotions, transmuting that energy into love, bringing forward especially the heart and lungs. I'm the last few weeks, that's where the focus has been. I've got the dog is sitting here. She can feel the energy and she's kind of cooing right now. So heart and lungs, we're working with the heart. You're looking at the emotions of hate, joy, and love. So we're looking at taking that hate, that anger that sits in the heart, and we are going to be transmuting that, bringing in alchemy so that we can shift that energy. The lungs, we've got guilt, regret, and grief. Again, those are a lot of the emotions right now that are sitting in this energy as these planets are aligning. It's creating a bit of chaos with that. Michelle, you're feeling off. Yeah, so some people, they're exhausted. Some people are tired. They just don't want to do anything. Others are finding that their emotions are just on a yo-yo string. One minute you're angry, the next minute you're okay. Perhaps you're feeling sad. So raising the frequency so that we can take these emotions of anger and frustration, and we're going to bring them into a higher frequency. Anger is a poison within the body. If you know people that sit in anger a lot, and right now there again too, the election with Trump leaving, all these things where we have no real true control over what's going on. They bring that fear, they bring that anger. So how to work with that energy here, that's what we're doing today. You're feeling unwell and sad. Okay. You're feeling weak in the lungs and the energy, and you were sick last week. You want to snap out of it. Okay, so with that, not holding that anger in our body, not hanging on to those frustrations, right? Bringing it into a higher frequency. So determination, that is going to be what fuels us, what catapults us out of the anger, and bringing that love in, bringing in that alchemy. So right now I can already feel. So as we're bringing in this energy, that angst that sits in the chest, each time you breathe in, as we're shifting this energy here, let's step forward in courage. That'll bring us in. We're surrounded by miracles. They're everywhere around us. We become so focused on all the negative things that are taking place. Turn off your TV. Turn off Facebook. Turn off Instagram. Wherever you are seeing these things, it is very important. Very important to move that energy. So, and to not be focused on these things we have absolutely no control over. And there is so much of it that's been blown out of proportion, and just very outlandish things. A lot of things are just, if you really sat back and looked at the reality of it, it changes how you feel. So turn off those things. Go for a walk outside. See the beautiful things around you. See the miracles that are taking place, because they're out there. They're happening. We're surrounded by them. So if another thing that sits in the heart is, if we don't let the past die, it doesn't let you live. So moving forward, not paying attention to all the garbly goop that's going on out there. What's going on within your family? What's going on within your life? How can you bring that forward? How can you bring that positive energy into it? So with each breath in that we're taking, feel that energy, feel that positive, feel that cleansing breath within the body, and allow it to wash through. And every time we breathe out, we are allowing that negative energy, all that energy that's not serving our highest good, we're just releasing that. We're letting that go. So those of you who are quite familiar and aware of the feelings that are taking place in your body, pay attention to where there's discomfort. Like I said, I've been feeling a lot, and here again this evening, I feel a lot in the heart, I feel a lot in the lungs, in the back heart. So things that are affecting our back, so especially here where I'm feeling people in the back, along the spine, right, if you're a woman, be along the bra line, just above that, in between the two shoulder blades. That's our back heart. That's an area where everything's kept in the back. If you think about it, people don't see our backs. So we are keeping things that have happened to us, things that we've done to others. We keep that behind us in the back so nobody can see that. Otherwise, we're wearing it right on our face. So those who are in a lot of back pain, those are things that are holding you, and those are energies that come from the past. They come from things that have happened to you and things that you've done to others. So bringing forward forgiveness for ourselves is another huge thing. Bringing in that alchemy so that we can change that energy. So taking a nice deep breath in, taking it to where there's that discomfort in the body. We're always working with the breath. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed that. We're bringing in always cleansing air. We need to always, it's one tool we have always. We can take ourselves absolutely anywhere. We can take ourselves completely out of pain. So if you are feeling anxious, box breathing they call it, and it's the number 4. It's easy to remember. You breathe into the count of 4, hold to the count of 4, breathe out to the count of 4, and hold to the count of 4. So see how that would create a box. Breathe in to the count of 4, hold to the count of 4, breathe out to the count of 4, hold to the count of 4. That will calm. You do that 3-4 times in a rotation, you will feel the energy in your chest, where you're feeling that anxiousness. Perhaps it's in the solar plexus. It just diminishes. It brings you back to a space. Tapping is another wonderful way of bringing yourself back. So find tools that work for you to bring you back to that space. And I always say breathing. I didn't have to buy it. I don't have to worry about whether I have it with me or not. I like to carry stones often. Sometimes at certain times, my pockets are full. And that's because I'm bringing in the alchemy. I'm bringing in the frequency of those stones. Often when people come for a session, there's times where I get you to walk through my house, which is the house of stones. At times, I tell you, stones and rocks and sticks. And I'll have you walk through, and I suggested you to pick as many stones and as many little things that you feel will assist you. What are you drawn to hold that day? So carrying rocks and stones and such. There again, you always have to remember if you have them with you. With my breath, I don't have to remember them. And with the ability of bringing in alchemy, don't have to carry anything. If you think of the healers in our history time, they didn't come with many things. They may have had a little medicine bag around their chest. They used alchemy. They created and brought in alchemy, the frequencies to assist everyone. So, and that's what we do. That's what I do on Wednesday evenings when we're here. We're bringing in the alchemy. So if you like the stone amethyst, I didn't say that right, amethyst, bring it in. If you like citrine, bring that. Selenite, perhaps you've got selenite. Just even picturing it in your mind, your body already knows what that feels like. So that's what we're doing right now. A lot of you may have felt a shift and a change in the energy in your body as we're bringing forward these energies. There we go. Lots of shifting. The feeling in the back isn't as strong anymore. If anybody would like to share if they've noticed a difference just since we started. We've only been on for a few minutes here. We've only, let's see, not even 20 minutes. And who has noticed a change within their system in regards to how their body is feeling? Also, so you know, the music in the background, I'm using a frequency of 888 hertz. So on each one of the frequency music, each level of that, each hertz brings in a different type of healing. So this one is helping you shift in your reality of things. And with this alignment with the planets, that's kind of what we're doing. We're assisting the shifting here, because when these planets are shifting and moving, they're changing the frequency. There we go. So Sandy, you notice the box breathing, and with you having lung issues, this is a wonderful method for you. Wonderful, wonderful method for you. Feeling calmer. Wonderful, Michelle. So there's still quite a few I can feel in the back. So continue bringing in either the box breathing, envision some stones that you like to hold. Perhaps there's a smell. Smells, oh my gosh, the frequency of smell. Roses is a very high frequency, 198, I think. Don't hold it to me. I used to be quite good. I used to have most of them memorized. I've let that go. I don't always have them right on the top of my brain. So cinnamon, that's another wonderful. Everybody loves to come into a house and you smell cake baking, or you smell cookies, or you smell dinner. Certain dinners, I know, oh my gosh, there's days I'll put a chicken in the crock pot and I'll be outside working all day, and then when I come in the house and you smell that cooking, it just, your whole body wakes up. It's alive with that frequency, right? It stimulates your appetite, that's for sure. It's the beginning of digestion. So think of that. You just need your imagination and your breath. Those are the tools you need. You don't need to have a pocket full of gadgets to keep you in a good place. Laying down and being calm. just being able to go for a walk. Those are things that are going to assist you through these next couple weeks as these planets. We got a few more days, I think, of the planet aligning, and then we'll have that shifting. Our bodies are still going to be shifting through that. So we already know how to handle trauma and pain. What we are learning to do in our daily life is we heal to handle joy and accept happiness back into our life. So releasing that anger out of the heart, releasing and allowing it to just flow. So here again, I can feel, some of you may feel as we're coming up in frequency, feels like we're climbing higher and higher and higher. And then as we come closer to the end of the hour, we'll start grounding back down, start coming down from this high frequency that we're bringing everybody into. So myself, I am like a transistor radio. I am transisting everything out, putting those waves out. And some of you, whether you realize it or not, you're quite strong at doing this without a realization that you're doing it. So people say, oh my God, I just love it when you're around. I have so much fun. I feel great when you're around. That's because your frequency is, and your energy is there. It's at a higher frequency, and it's bringing people into a joyful place. Here again, I feel another shift in the back, especially. So there's forgiveness taking place, this anger, when we forgive ourselves. So I've heard some people say, oh, I'll never forgive them. The only person you're hurting in all of that is yourself. Because if you remember, I think last week or the week before, we discussed emotions and how they stay in our body. They don't go to anyone. Our emotion doesn't go out. Most people don't even know you're mad at them. Like the guy when you're driving down the road and you get that little bit of road rage, that guy who cut you off, and then all day long that's all you've talked about is how this person did this to me, and you're angry at them. But they don't feel that anger. They don't know that you're angry with them. They don't know that at all. Instead, you have taken all that energy all day long and just kept compiling it. So where I was saying anger, it's a poison. That's what it does. It just poisons your body. You become ill. You have all kinds of different disease that sets into the body. And your mind goes around in that merry-go-round. It doesn't stop. It just keeps going around and around. Self-punishment. So bringing forgiveness for you. And the hardest person to forgive is yourself for the things that you've done in this lifetime. I know I've gone around the merry-go-round several times to know that it makes a huge difference when you're able to forgive yourself. So I had a dog. This is my story of learning how to forgive myself. We had a family pet named Buddy. He was 17 years old, and he was involved in a cougar attack. And he actually passed away on the way to the vet. He was torn apart. His head was a mess. He was what they call degloved. So he was skinned, but the skin stayed on his body. So it just hung. It was all torn from the muscles. It was just hanging off his body. The vet kept saying he was 17 years old. He said he had died on the way to the vets, and then his heart started again, so we continued on our way. And when we got to the vet said he is 17 years old. he probably isn't going to make it through the night. So in the morning, they phoned us because he was the first one awake when they got there, and he was hungry and ready to go. So they proceeded and let us know they were going to do surgery and fix him up, stitch him up, see what was all going to need repair. And again, he's 17 years old, they said. He probably will not make it through being put under. Well, they phoned us afterwards and said, well, he's made it. You could probably pick him up tomorrow. We're going to monitor him. He had tubes hanging out and he was full of stitches. They phoned us by 2:30 in the afternoon and asked us to please come pick him up because he was becoming a nuisance. So we brought him home, and to me it was always him coming back to see the difference. He was an ornery, nasty dog. He didn't like anyone. He was very picky about what he would eat and things like that. Well, the dog that came back from the vet was a completely different dog. He was greeting people. He was getting kinder. He wanted to try things he had never tried before. Our other dog would eat just about any vegetable, and all of a sudden he was trying all these things. And then winter came, and we were doing snow removal in our yard. It was January now, so his accident with the cougar happened in October. It was January 8th to be precise. And he was being a nuisance, kind of like the day he got attacked by the cougar. And I told him several times, if you don't smarten up, I'm going to put you in the house. And I had a friend who was helping, and he was on his quad removing, and I was in our small little truck. And we have two driveways, one that comes down one side and one that comes down the other. I was coming down one side and Buddy was running down, and he slid and he went under my wheels, and I ran him over. I was devastated, and I kept saying I knew I should have put him in the house. This would not have happened had I put him in the house. And for months it went over and over, and I dreamt, and every time I hit a snow bump, that's all I ever thought of was running him over, and how I had to forgive myself for allowing that to happen. And the more I thought about it, I thought about that complete day. That morning, we have a lot of people who walk. I actually walk with one of the ladies now. Her husband and her were walking, and Buddy went up, and normally he would bark and bark and bark and lose his marbles. And there was another gentleman, and Bud, he would walk, and he had treats. And he would always give my one dog a treat, but Buddy would never accept it was a piece of chicken. That day he went up and he took the piece of chicken. He allowed everyone, actually petted him that morning. And it was like he was saying goodbye to everyone that morning. And after I started realizing the whole process of how he lived and came back from all of that, how he healed so rapidly, and they have no sense of pity for themselves. He just strived on. He looked like Frankenweenie. His one eye looked up in the sky after, and all of these things that took place in between the cougar attack and then the day I ran him over. So that was when I really started looking at how I had to forgive myself, and running him over was just one of the factors in my life that I had to forgive myself for. So holding guilt, regret, and grief, and anger in my heart. And since that time, and walking through anger, being so angry, being nasty, I went through a couple years here that were horrible, horrible, as I marched through and I guess stepped with courage through, walking forward in releasing the heart and releasing my lungs and allowing the emotion to go. So I understand some of the factors, and these are the tools I used to help me walk through all of these things. Hi Gwen, hi Diane. I'm just telling my story and helping adjust and shifting this energy. So many things in my life. Oh, do-over. There were so many things, but had I not made these errors, we had to live. We had made these agreements a long time ago. And my biggest ones, for forgiving myself, would be things that my children had to experience because I wasn't in a good place, and things like that. So forgiving yourself for those things, and how they ride on you, how they can destroy your life. So how to step forward in that, to not allow it to destroy your life, not allow that anger to poison you. And I also believe you have to walk through anger in order to know the light. You have to step there. Otherwise, how would you know the difference? So you hear of people that give forgiveness to, say, a person who's killed their child or their husband, or where there's been an accident and something's taken place, and how to step into that forgiveness and then allow it to lead you, allow it to bring you forward into the light. How important that is. Well, Michelle, I believe we have to share these things. It helps others be able to see perhaps a different perspective, see it in a different light, and to understand how we can assist each other. Because we have to assist each other as a community, as a family. If we look at it, in one way or another, we're all related. So we're always assisting and helping each other as family. So in building these wonderful communities, we have our little community at the Raven. It's wonderful watching people gather and get together. I hadn't been there in a few days, quite a few days. And today I popped in for a quick visit and got to see everybody and see how everyone's doing. And that's there again. People are not feeling well. Some people are struggling. So with the work that I do, I know that it all leads down to our emotions. And it leads to the different traumas that have taken place in our life. So how do we shift that energy to bring disease out of the body, to bring this energy out? Notice I've got some light flashing every once in a while here. It gets kind of bright. That's the frequency as it's getting up. There we go. Wonderful to feel that shift. So even as I shared the story, there's been a shift again in that energy. So that's why I say the more we share, the more we're able to assist each other. How is everyone feeling? Is there anyone struggling with some emotion or feeling in the body? Right? Are your knees hurting? Are your elbows hurting? Are you having back issues? What is it? What emotions connected to it? What does it bring up? They're again going through the chakras. Is it a root issue? Is it a sacral issue? Where are we? In the digestive system or the bowels of it? Deep into the bowels. If you think about those things, in the heart chakra, is your throat bothering you? Are you having problems with your voice? That would show me throat chakra. Problems with the voice. Have you not been able to speak? Have you not been able to say what you need to say? Are you saying too much? So for myself, cold sores, other than also being a mold issue, I'm usually, if I'm getting cold sores, I'm not saying what I need to say. My mouth is showing I'm holding things in, so I will get sores on my mouth. Or you get a really sore throat, or laryngitis. Perhaps you've been not able to say what you need to say. Perhaps you're saying things that you should be keeping in. So those things all come a part of it. Headaches. Where is that coming from? As this energy is moving, what have you been experiencing in this last week? What are you going to be experiencing in the next couple days as these planets cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching? It's going to be interesting. This year so far, it's bringing wonderful, wonderful things forward. Lots of clarity for people, moving many things. So your stomach having troubles digesting things. So there, Michelle. I don't know if you heard of activated charcoal. Charcoal is the purest form of anything, and it helps take out impurities out of the system. It's a wonderful, wonderful tool. People who have the flu, anything like that, food poisoning, allergy reaction, have some activated charcoal. So something like that, that's what I'm seeing. That's the first thing that came to mind, Michelle, when you said stomach hasn't been happy. So muscle testing, I'm a big fan of that. Asking the body, do I need this? I don't ask, do you want it? Because wants and needs are two different things. Okay, Shannon, you're also struggling with stomach. So there too, having troubles digesting things that are taking place. So there's something going on in your world that it isn't sitting right. It is testing your morals. So there again, being able to let go and step aside from that, Shannon, is what I'm really seeing quite strong. And then for you, I'm getting ginger. I don't know if you're able to. I have to watch eating ginger. I can only eat it really early in the day because it is a real great diuretic. And if I eat it too much later than 1 o'clock in the afternoon, then I'm going pee all night long. My body is just pushing it through. So it's great cleanser for the kidneys, I tell you. Lots of people are exhausted and sleeping, yes. So that's that energy shifting. Okay, so you're aware of what it's doing then, Shannon. Yeah, so the tired, the frequency is changing. People are working on moving forward. So what does our body do when it's healing? We do a lot of sleeping. Tired. That's because we're shifting gears, shifting out of this energy. So like I said, these planets, they're really kicking us, giving us a run for our money. So here I'm feeling a big shift. So that determination is driving that anger out, determined to see something new, determined to move forward. Allow it to be your driving force. Allow it to be what moves that frequency, that anger frequency, into love. That, and it's not always anger. It could be frustration, right? Disliking. And there again, with everything that's going on politically, that we have absolutely no control over. None. You have none. There's nothing. So be prepared. We know prices of food and things are going to go up because of what's taking place. Make sure you're prepared. Make sure you've stocked up on certain things. Make sure you're not going to be lacking. It is what it is. People say, oh my gosh, have you seen the price of gas? I don't even look at the price of gas because I have to go here and there. Regardless, I have to buy that. So I'm not going to be scrimping so much on my food because I need my food. I need to eat good. So we don't scrimp on things like that. So how can you prepare yourself? Be prepared. Not being worried about lacking. Because if I keep thinking right now for me, spring's coming. We're already getting ready to get seeds in the pots and ready to go. I'm going to be gardening like I always do. I'm going to be getting ready to preserve and fill the pantry. So what things can you do to help bring you in a more self-sufficient space as these things in our world go a little bit chaotic? Totally aware, time to sell it all and move. Yeah, no more procrastination with you, Shannon, exactly. That's what it is. So it's eating at you, that you need to move forward, get going. It's interesting how I will have, if I'm procrastinating and I'm not doing what I need to be doing, I don't sleep well. And I can't fall asleep. I go to bed and I crash. I fall asleep and I'm out till like often 1, 2 o'clock. I'll wake up around then, but I have slept a good 5 hours solid. You never look at the price of fuel. Yeah, I don't bother because it is what it is. There's nothing that can change that, right? It's something you need, so you have to purchase it. And then there's other things. Do I need it? No. Wants and needs, definitely. You're feeling calm. Awesome, Lorraine. That's huge. You've done a lot of self-work, a lot of digging in the dirt to put yourself in this space. So in those that are feeling good, they are the ones that are able to assist others. Just keep that frequency from moving back down. Everything is wackadoodle right now. You're not kidding. So nothing we can do about it. Absolutely nothing. As the world turns, we have to keep on moving. We have to keep doing the things that we can. Yeah, binds toxins. So activated charcoal is like throwing a magnet down into your belly. It pulls anything that is causing an issue. It is super wonderful. They back in the day, if you drank too much, they would take you to the hospital and they would say, pump your stomach. They would give you activated charcoal. And that would it was amazing how it would clear things up. So yes, charcoal is phenomenal. It's great for removing toxins. I don't suggest it for all things, because some things it's not gonna, but definitely in this case, and like I said, if you have the flu, you have food poisoning, it's great for allergic reactions. Flaxseed, yeah. No, my medicine cabinet always has it. And during my allergy season, or if I'm not eating the way I normally eat, if I've been ingesting things that I tend to not normally ingest, I have a charcoal before bed. That helps clear out the system. During mold season especially, I have a definite reactions to mold. So I will, during the spring, especially here, we get a mustiness happening in our basement because it's dug in basement. So I definitely stick with the charcoal. It's one of my mainstays in that, and silver. Parasite cleanse, yeah, perfect. Oh, the energy has balanced awesomely. It feels really good. I got somebody that I'm feeling in the neck right along here, and it's the right side for sure. You're holding. There's a pain in your neck. So think of who has been the pain in your neck, who has been the irritant. You're not sure how to come on to the live. You can hear me? Can't you see me at all, Bonnie? Because usually if I'm getting messages that you're I'm not sure why you wouldn't be seeing me. Hi, Rosie Rose. So now we're going to just start. We've taken the frequency. There you go. That's all you need right there, Bonnie. So the frequency has gone quite high up. Just as the things we're talking about, the different sharing, the alchemy. So bringing in the energy and balancing it out. Oh, yeah. On this live, Bonnie, I don't tend to have anyone. That would bring you up on camera. So think about those things that we were talking about, especially forgiveness, hate. We have to go through some anger in order to understand the light. There's a difference where we're mad at absolutely everything. And I was mad at everything. As the day, I pretended I was in a great mood, but believe me, I wasn't. Somebody would say something, it was like nails on a chalkboard. I didn't want to hear what people had to say. I didn't want to hear what was going on in the news. It made me mad. Everything was making me angry. And then when I turned the mirror to me, when I realized all those things were in there, I'd be mad at my husband for not picking up this, for not doing this job, not doing that job. In the meantime, guess who wasn't doing any of those things herself? Soon as I looked at that reflection, it was like, holy man. And I just had to start digging in and finding how to release that, how to bring forward the calmness, how to bring forward the love for myself. So now anytime, and I haven't been frustrated with my husband in I don't know how long, and he doesn't want it, he doesn't do his things, it doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with me. As long as I'm doing what I need to be doing, that's what matters. That's the only thing that matters. So I have my list of my things. I never make a honey-do list for him because he has enough things on his own list. I have enough things on my list to do. So I don't make no honey-do list. We get together and do different chores together and things like that. But it's never, can I get you to do this? I don't, those are my jobs usually. So making sure that I am happy in my own skin. So it's interesting, you say feeling lonely. So where are you disconnected from yourself? Because that's what the loneliness is that you're not at one with you. It has nothing to do with everybody around you. It has to, can you spend time with yourself and be content and be okay and happy with that? So what is it and where are you disconnected with yourself? And bring that forward. Find where Michelle is missing herself. Definitely, Shannon, finding like-minded people. There again, in our community, we have started, a group of ladies have gotten together and started Women in Business group, and there's many like-minded people involved together in that, and brings together camaraderie, right? Community. It's important. Yeah. Finding ourselves. That's this whole part of life, I find, and that's what we're looking for. We lose that person. So we have to ask that little child within us, who were we? Who were all those dreams, right? We get lost and in the shuffle of what's going on in society and what's all these expectations that society puts on us. So who is that little person inside? Now I'm just going to start bringing the energy down so that we can ground down so we don't leave here flying high. Bringing some balance back in now, so as the next few days and this aligning of the planets is happening, that we're not all sporadic. And hopefully today has brought some peace. And like I said, tomorrow between 1 and 2, I've got the downloads and code activations meditation. That's on Zoom online. So if you'd like to hook into that, just go to my website. I can post that again. It's RochelleMagicWeaver.com. And there's a link in the group sessions. So that's from 1 till 2 tomorrow. And like I said, if you can't attend but would like to attend something like this, they are recorded. So you purchase, get your link, and then the recording will be sent to you so you're able to do it at your own time and leisure. Then the 25th, we have interactive meditation. Those are so much fun. Gwen, you've been involved in those. It's fun. it's a nice way to learn how to bring yourself into meditative state, how to bring your intuitive side forward, how to use alchemy and the tools that we use here that we're sharing, how to bring yourself into a good space, how you're able to learn and do these things. And then the 26th is light language and channeling. So there you have messages coming through. Some are interpreted and others are not. They're left for you to do your own interpreting. On the 29th, I will not be doing a live because I will be at the Raven and we are doing our tea leaf reading event and tea smelling. So that's where the girls are going to be learning how to do their own tea leaf reading and meditation. So that should be fun. And then February coming up on the 9th, the tickets are now at the Raven, $20, and that's for the second event for the tea leaf reading because we had such a phenomenal response for the 29th here. So go on down to the Raven and get your tickets for the 9th. And yeah, just gonna bring the energy back down through your system from the heavens and the earth, allowing it to go straight through the body, down into the ground. And then we're going to bring Mother Earth's energy up through the soles of your feet. We're going to combine the two as they enter the body, combine yin and yang, dark and light, masculine and feminine. There we go. And feel yourself ground down. I hope this evening has brought some calmness, allowed you an understanding of the emotions in our body and what they do to our body and to our mind, and allow you to bring forward that anger, turn it into love. Allow the guilt, regret, and grief to leave. Those are the emotions that I've really, like I said, through this planetary shift, this is what's really coming forward here. Allowing it to balance out. Allowing you to have some peace. And it's okay if you're a little bit tired and lethargic right now. Our bodies, as we are shifting through this, have to do some healing. So we all know that when we sleep, we heal. So allow yourself that, be kind to yourself, and have a wonderful next week. And I will see you in February because the 29th I won't be here. So thank you everyone for joining. And like I said, hopefully I'll see you either tomorrow or on the weekend for the other online Zoom. Just hop on over to my website and you'll find the information there. Thank you so much and have a wonderful night.